It's time to hear your opinion and get your thoughts on our topic of discussion. This morning, we'll be talking about the pump price hike. And the question would be, how much is fuel in your area? What is the cost of, petrol in your area today? As at yesterday, it was increased to 1,013 naira here in the FCT. I'm sure other states have already done their own increment. But then again, Nigerians have expressed dismay over the recent fuel price increase by the NNPCL, saying that it would worsen poverty amongst citizens. Fuel, which was previously sold for 897 naira in Abuja, the nation's capital, currently sells for 113 naira in the nation's capital. In Lagos, the product, which was previously sold at 885 naira per litre, is now being sold at 998 naira amid long queues. Now, following this, some Nigerians have taken to the social media platforms to share their thoughts. So here we are opening up the phone lines, so you could also share your thoughts here. How much does it cost in your area? How bad is this going to be for you and your family? What's going through your head right now? Share your thoughts with us. Would really love to hear it. And on that note, I would say it's been a very gloomy show this morning, because I don't think there's anything new. It's quite sad that Nigerians had expectations, like he said in the report, when the head of Dangote Fuel, they thought it was going to be different. They thought the prices were going to be different and it would make their lives easier. But unfortunately, it's like things are getting worse every day. A bag of rice now is almost 150,000 naira. How would the average Nigerian survive? A cup of beans is 350 naira. I'm sure by now it must have added, and it would increase due to the cost of fuel products. Fuel affects everything. So as a Nigerian, how are you surviving? What's the cost of fuel in your area? Call in and let's hear your thoughts.
Interesting opening there, Lillian. Nigeria, as somebody would always mention, is a paradox. It's the only country where the things you suffer to buy are the things you actually produce. Whatever we produce in this country sometimes feels like it is better we import them than to have them locally. And I mean, to be going through what we go through with regards to the price of oil is just completely unbearable. Good morning. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Mr. Sylvester, calling from Cross River State.
All right, Mr. Sylvester, thank you for joining us. Where in Cross River State are you calling from?
Obanliku, precisely.
Obanliku. All right, go ahead.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead. Can you turn down the volume of your
What?
TV set and talk to us through your phone, and go ahead with your thoughts?
All right. I'm getting you.
So go ahead.
The price of fuel, the full price of fuel in my area now is about 1,400 naira per liter.
And how do you feel about this?
Well, what can we do? We don't have any option than to buy. But the problem now is that the price of every commodity in the market have escalated.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Due to cost of transportation. Because once the business people go to the market to buy their commodities, and the charges for cost of transportation will increase, automatically the price of their commodity also will increase.
Thank you very much for sharing those thoughts with us.
And presently now, to buy a module of rice is about 8,000.
Did you say 8,000?
8,000. What that a container that contains about 25 cups.
Okay.
That's like a paint?
Yes. How will the citizen cope with this kind of condition? All our expectation that when Dangote refinery start production, the price of fuel will come down. But the difference is the key.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling from to our caller rather from Cross River State. Two things, that he said that are worthy of note is the fact that, even considering that River State is actually a producer of rice, to buy rice at that cost in Cross River. When you factor other things in, you can then imagine how much it will cost if they have to ship out some of those rice to neighboring states, by way of supplying to those places. You can then imagine how much an individual will buy the same quantity. Probably we're talking about 15, 20. So thank you for those points. And again, you raised the valid question. How then are we benefiting from the Dangote refinery? The whole Naira for crude thing was just gimmicks, really. Because it wasn't like they were going to pay less. It was whatever was the prevailing price in the market, just converted to Naira equivalent and pay us. So the only thing they wanted to do with that, as it does appear, was to essentially remove the dollar component in their transaction, and maybe reduce the pressure of Dangote going to the same market where all of us go to source dollar to pay for petrol. Other than that, I mean, it's same old, same old. So I understand we have another caller. Good morning, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. We can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. My name is Abdullah Abubakar. I'm calling from Flat.
All right, Abdullah Abubakar, thank you for joining us. So what's the cost of fuel in your area? Go ahead with your thoughts.
It's about 1,200 Naira right now.
What was it before the increment?
Before the increment, they are selling it is 1,050 Naira from filling station. But right now it's 1,200 Naira yesterday. And the issue of this oil, and the issue of this fuel price is the cause of all this problem in this country. And we don't see the importance of going out and do voting. Even yesterday they did the local government election. Nobody is participating because of these issues. Because how can you go vote while you are buying something? You are buying something in the higher price. People, they are not afford even food for their family. Talk less of school fees, and they look at even the transport fares. People are not greeting their relatives now because of this.
Thank you very much there, and sorry for that disruption we seem to have had midway into that conversation. But I mean, your point is well taken with regards to the cost of fuel and how that impacts on other macroeconomic components, and that is where this whole thing is both important and complicated. You know, the fact that this would impact cost of transportation. It will in turn impact cost of food prices, because I mean, the farmers or producers would have to move this food from point A to point B. And every other thing, you know, that depends on these metrics would also automatically shoot up. I won't be surprised if school owners now send a notice to parents to say whatever you paid for school buses will no longer be enough. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Sunday. I am calling you from Benue State.
Good morning, Mr. Stanley from Utupu. Please go ahead and share your thoughts.
Yeah. Honestly, attended the fuel price in Utupu. Formerly, we do buy at the rate 1,050 Naira, 1,100 Naira. But from that yesterday, today morning, the price is now 1,250, 1,270, 1,400 is something. And it's not all filling stations that are fuel because of the prices. Honestly speaking, things are not going well for people in Nigeria. And no matter how we protest, no matter how we cry, we don't have leaders that hear our cry. We have Mr. Tinubu as president, who is a grandfather. I no longer call him a father. There is a grandfather that has younger people Well, I mean, we have children who are giving birth to children, and they will cry like this, and as a father, you cannot attend to them, but more of you, a grandfather, cannot hear their cry. No matter how we cry today in Nigeria, all they do is to travel out for this meeting, for this program, and they come back. That is all. They don't even care to know whether people are hungry. When you talk, they will tell you, you know the pain we are going through. Honestly, the rate of crime is increasing every day because of the hike in price of commodities in the market. Once the fuel increase, everything in the market increase. And sincerely speaking, I appreciate people, the journalists who are always on the team. You always keep, I think, no matter how difficult it is, you make sure you find yourself to the station to report to us what is happening.
Thank you very much, my brother there from Otukpo State, local government. I beg your pardon for sharing this solemn but very truthful perspective with us. It's the Nigerian reality as we currently, see it. It explains basically our mood in the office this morning. And thank you very much for recognizing the sacrifice that journalists make, to put on this kind of face, in the face of the daunting reality, of how to get home every day and come out every day to make sure that we do not fail in our obligation to bring you to speed with development around our country. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Can you please tell us your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Benue State.
All right, please can you turn down the volume of your TV set or move far away from it and talk to us through your phone, so we don't have that feedback. It's bouncing back into the studio.
You can hear me now. Eh?
Can you kindly reduce the volume of your TV sets or move away from the TV set so that we don't keep getting feedback from it?
I think we lost Akawa. Please do well, if you're calling, do well to call us, and while you're doing that, turn on the volume of your TV sets. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mbede Gideon calling from Benue State.
Mbede.
Good morning, Mr.
Yes.
Mbede. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. The hike in fuel price has virtually affected a lot of things. In fact, this morning I bought fuel for 1,270 naira.
Wow.
Where do we go from here? We have family to feed. We have other needs to attend to. Okay, like yesterday I called and we were talking about the 72,000 naira minimum wage. This 72,000 naira, if you divide it by the number of liters that we have in is just 57 liters for 72,000 naira. And it's not only fuel that we are going to eat. Please, Mr. President should work on this. If not, the cost of living is killing the living. If the cost of living is killing the living, then who is he governing? If at all, we cannot afford 2 square meal, not even 3. We are not talking about 3 again. If at all, we can't afford 2 square meal. Okay, if you, the elderly one, can stay, can your children, can they stay like that? No. And paying child fee is quite alarming. So please, Mr. President should work on this. If not, he's killing us, he's not ruling us.
Thank you very much.
The situation remain like this.
Thank you very much, Mbede, for the things you do, for always coming through, for always calling into this program and sharing your perspective. And I mean, I can only wish us well. At some point, when the crisis have gone beyond us, the governors will always urge us to pray. But even more than praying, I think it's the time for us to galvanize and speak with the same voice. Like Mbede said, what we are doing, the cost of living is now the reason why most of us will probably have to die. Good morning, your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Ambrose. I'm calling from Edo State.
Good morning, Mr. Ambrose. From what part of Edo exactly?
Auchi, to be precise.
Oh, nice. You're not very far from Abuja, I guess. Please turn down the volume of your TV set and go ahead.
Okay. I'm just trying to express my feelings for what I'm perceiving from this country. I'm seeing this as a total wickedness, because what I'm saying all this is that if you take a look at it vividly to the election of Edo State, these same people tell us that there's no money in the country, there's inflation. How come they have such money to spend in that election? All the old money was 2024 throughout. People are dying of hunger. There's no road from Benin to Auchi. There's no road from Auchi to Abuja. I don't just know. Is this one not the country where Jonathan raised the issue of subsidy in 24 hours, he reversed it? Are we not in the same country? I don't know. I don't just know what is going on. Look at crime rate everywhere. You go to house breaking and entry every day, stealing of food and all other things. The fuel now in my area now we are buying 1,350. Eh? We are just tired. If they want everybody to die, they should tell us. They should tell us, because this one is getting out of hand. We need to tell ourselves the truth. This is the same country when Jonathan do something, people will come out on television, they will talk to him and he will reverse it. People have been crying for more than a year and 6 months now. People are dying. Go to hospitals, hypertension. People are dying. Eh? This is very bad for resources that belongs to every one of us. Eh? This is just my contribution.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You know, it's disheartening.
It is.
That it's almost like Nigerians are saying the same thing over and over again, and it's falling on a concrete wall where nothing is penetrating and nobody's listening. And I keep asking this question every day. Are they not seeing the news? Are they not seeing the cost of living? Are they not hearing people complain?
The president tells us every time that he hears us. What he does with that hearing is what we don't exactly know. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We didn't get your name, please.
Garba.
We are struggling to hear you. Can you please speak more audibly?
Garba. Can you hear Garba?
Garba,
yes,
okay.
we can hear Garba. Where are you calling from, please?
Garba from Boko, Benin State.
Oh, nice. Please go ahead.
All right.
Please go ahead with your thoughts.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Take on this issue that only as lack of and that's
Garba, your network is really breaking and we're struggling to hear you. We could barely make what you're saying. So please,
I can hear you.
Yes, you can hear us, but we're really struggling to hear you. So can you please call back? There are two numbers.
Change your position.
Change your position or try the second number. You know, would really love to hear what it is you're saying, but it's not nice if we can't hear you and we sit here and, you know, just let you speak when we really can't hear you. So please do well to call us back so we can hear you properly.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Adi. I'm calling from England.
Oh, Adi.
Mr. Adi, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But good to hear your voice again.
Yeah, so it's been a while I've heard from you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
And my sister there.
I'm fine, thank you, Adi.
I don't think we need to ask you how you're doing in England.
You need to ask me now, my brother.
Maybe it's a given that you are doing very well. That's what I'm saying.
It's very cold now.
That's true. All right, go ahead.
I want my people to prepare their mind about this petrol. It's still going up. It's still going to go up. Reason is that because of the fluctuation of the currency and the landing costs, and with what is happening now in the world, you know, the hurricane in America, everywhere, you know, so things are not settled.
True.
And war in Israel now, Ukraine. So I suspect the petrol price is still going to maybe 1,300 maximum. But so the people should prepare their mind about it. But government, federal government, and state government, they have failed our people. In providing something succor for them, at least they can something that can benefit the poor people, so that they won't feel much of the impact of this price. Because that's what I'm emphasizing every time. I'm happy I heard in the news on one radio that in some states now they are planning for food banks. That's what I've been shouting. When you have food banks, it helps the poor. We have the food banks here in England. They increase petrol here, but nobody feel it's not even a news. You understand? Because they provide food banks. There's a way you can run to your local. If you are shorting of anything, then you get to food bank. What they are selling for £10, you can get it for 50p. It's like free. So federal government and state government, local government, they should do something in the lower level. Petrol price will still be going up. Then this gas, CNG, something, they should roll it out more. And planning for workers. Maybe business enterprise that, like the organization that is big, they should have staff boards for CNG. No matter where the staff live, they go and pick them. So government should give the organization a tax relief. So to help the people, this is what they should do. Otherwise, people are suffering. Family are splitting every day. Husband and wife, they are not supposed to fight, they will fight. Just because of small things. So it's not helping the situation.
Thank you.
But above all, Nigeria will be better.
Thank you very much for
God
that.
bless my country.
Yes.
God bless Nigeria. God bless you people.
Thank you, Mr.
Have a
Adin.
good day.
Thank you. From London, and I like the fact that even though you are some distance away from home, you are still you have this incurable optimism about this country working, and I think it's the more reason why we show up every day, because we believe that this country is ours to plow and not to plunder, and to get it to be the kind of country we want. All of us must have our hands on deck. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Shetima Yakudima calling from Meduguri. Good morning, Mr. Sunday and Lilian.
Good morning,
Mr. Shetima. Please go ahead.
About the fuel price. Here we buy fuel previously a day before yesterday. We are buying fuel 1,150. All of a sudden it rose to 1,300, somewhere 1,400. You can imagine. Flood beat us, flood destroy our houses, and we experience another difficulties. But sincerely speaking, this government, I was telling Nigerians, there is nothing we can do. We play money politics and we are paying the price now. This is our own, we are the one that designed this thing for ourselves. We should not be checking and see who deserves this seat before we give him mandate. All what we are concerned is how much you will give us, then we'll give you our mandate. That's what we are in now. The government have no consideration on a teeming masses. They don't care about the country. What they are after is their self and their family. Look at the way they play with our money to buy vehicles, to buy a presidential jet, to renovate their houses, and a common man cannot eat twice in a day. It's a very pity. And in a country that have everything. So this is funny. It's more than funny. The government is contributing in killing her own subjects. This is the fact. So you see, the only thing that we can do is to keep on praying for Almighty Allah to touch their heart. But I believe, and I was always telling Nigerians that they should be patient. One day victory will come to our side. And I believe, if they do not checkmate their conduct, something funny will happen in this country. Because nobody will sit down just in his house and die. The time will come where we will come out to the street and we will not spare nobody. We will spare nobody. This is the fact.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shetima.
You're welcome, Mr. John.
Do have a great
nice
day.
day.
Thank you very much. I mean, I kind of understand the emotions in the submission of Mr. Shetima there. There is only so much, or rather so much, that the people can take. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder that if we were in a country in Asia or in the West, how would our people react? Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Kusa Tewase calling from Abuja, Boris Tesigele.
Mr. Tewase, thank you for calling us this morning. Please go ahead.
Yes. Well, you see, the issue of fuel is really disturbing because Nigeria is the only OPEC country that has no refinery to refine her crude and has even abandoned her 4 refineries and now fighting over Dangote refinery. However, we should also bear the blame of the economic situation in the country. After independence, the North was very strong in agriculture and agro-allied industry, over 1,000 in Kaduna, Kano. Southeast palm produced, Southwest, we were producing matches in Lagos, matches in Calabar, plastic, Dunlop tires, Michelin, Volkswagen assembly in Lagos, Anamco in Enugu, and so on and so forth. We were a productive economy. All of a sudden, our government refused to sustain this productivity or increase. Instead, everyone shifted interest from industrialization to petroleum money, especially our brothers in the North. And the agro-allied industry collapsed, agriculture collapsed. Everyone's attention is shifted to oil. Today, we are crying foul. I think this will be a very big lesson for us, and our leaders should wake up for the clarion call. Otherwise, the future may be more bleak than this. Thank you.
Opening up the, or deepening rather, the spell of this conversation, and taking us back memory lane to how we have lived, and basically that accounts for what we are enduring. How we have abandoned the path of growth, the path of production, and we have become a complete an economy that is completely a consuming economy, and that is why we are suffering this reality. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Can you turn down the volume of your TV set and tell us your name and where you're calling from? Okay, I think we've lost the caller.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good
Hello,
morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ibrahim. My name is Ibrahim Kabul, calling you from Zamfara State.
Good morning, Mr. Ibrahim. What part of Zamfara exactly?
The price of fuel here in Zamfara State is depending on the areas. Here in Metropolis, we used to buy it 1,200, and some filling station outside the town, we used to buy it 1,300, even before the recent increase. Even before the recent increase.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
And the people of Zamfara State have completely lost hope with this current administration, essentially speaking, because we are battling with insecurity in our region, and we are yet to see any effort from the federal government, specifically. Yesterday, as I'm speaking with one of the soldiers that are operating along Satipun Road, he was narrating to me that they spent about 4 months without having their RCA allowances. And I also communicate with 2 or 3 officers that are working here, fight these bandits. They also tell me the same. And they confirmed to me that they have communicated with other soldiers that are working in different states. They have collected their allowances, but only the soldiers that are operating here in Zamfara State are yet to receive their RCA allowances for over 4 months. This thing is very serious. How does these guys will go and confront these criminals? Wallahi, sincerely speaking, this thing is seriously concerning. Coupled with the lingering security challenges that the developing there is, and this hike of petroleum price is also a serious issue. Please, I want you, this medium, to call the attention of direct Mr. President, you should please listen to us and save the region.
Thank you very much for that clarion call at the end of your call. And basically, that's what we are doing. We are putting these issues on the front burner. The idea is that they would hear from you directly, and take in the emotions, that have accompanied the pain that most Nigerians are enduring at this particular point in time.
But it's quite sad. We still have some more reactions. Let's take some messages via WhatsApp. We have Kadir Darlington Salisu from Kogi State. He said the price of the petroleum product has jumped to 1,250 naira per liter. A lot is happening, and we've come online to air our views, but the government seems careless. What manner of people do we have at the helm of affairs in this country? No man can feed properly since they assumed office, and they continually make things harder almost on a daily basis. Why not the NLC declare a total shutdown so we can all sit back and reflect, since people can no longer protest? NLC should just declare indefinite strike. Let us all sit at home until they do something on the cost of fuel. They remove subsidy because they do not know the real amount of imported products. Now we can get the record from Dangote. I think there's more to that message from Darlington. But Darlington, thank you. We've heard your thoughts there on WhatsApp. It's quite sad that Nigerians are complaining and Nigerians are grappling with a lot. We're talking a lot more about fuel, but we forget that there's still insecurity. People are being killed on a daily basis in different parts of the country. How the bandits? How are they getting fuel?
Some of the trends that we have seen in the news is also that the bandits are also now competing for produce. As you know, they are now attacking farmers. They are the ones doing the harvesting of what they did not plant or nurture. And that's something. And it is for this bandits' sake that we are in the kind of dilemma we find ourselves with regards to the food component of our inflation numbers. Because they scared the farmers away from the farm. Young people from our food producing belt do not find it desirable to travel back home and go and till the soil anymore. Remember, we were depending on subsistence agriculture. So it wasn't something where you have a lot of mechanized players whose production, because they do it in scale, can take care of a lot of this. So there's no cushioning on that side of things. And so basically the only way to support Nigerians is probably rely on some kind of import, which is not happening. So there have been various dimensions that we have listened to as far as this calling is concerned. Now we know how much we consume, and that's what the last player is saying. So now that we know what is difficult in planning, maybe a subsidy around that number. And if you say you can't pay subsidy, what exactly do we even benefit from being Nigerians? Really? What do we get? And the whole conversation around subsidy was not making impact is actually now looks like a false claim, because there is indeed so much that Nigeria could benefit, and that helped in moderating food prices and a whole lot, as we know. And today you have taken it out. Whatever you are telling us don't seem to be coming to fruition, and that's the difficulty. Thank you very much, all of you, back home, for sharing your thoughts from Zamfara to Cross River to Maiduguri, to here in the Federal Capital Territory to Kogi, and of course to Benue, where we registered multiple calling this morning. I'm sure the leaders are listening, and we hope that they would act accordingly.